Hello my wonderful people. Thank you for coming around. I have an interesting story to share with you today. Sit back and enjoy. Please, before I proceed, remember to hit the subscriber button and click on the notification bell. Thank you. Now let's go into the story of today. Once upon a time there was a village in northern mountain called Akubaku. In the village there was a man called Abobo. Abobo married two wives. One is called Alohan, while another was called Alakhor. To Abobo, Alohan was his favorite. He loved her so much that everyone in the village knows about it. Alohan was almost the talk of the village because her husband showcased her everywhere. Abobo was one of the most prominent men in the village. He decided what happened because he was richer than the king. So the king listened to him. Because of that, Alohan was in full control of the village through her husband. But to Alakhor, no one knows her. Her husband hardly cares about her. She was not known in the village. She goes about with her daily activities. Though Alohan has a daughter, but Alakhor's daughter was wiser and smarter. This makes Alohan to be jealous. She tried everything to kill the girl, but to no avail. One day, Alakhor's daughter went out to the forest for snail hunting. While in the forest, she fell into a hidden hole which took her to a very deep and strange old hut under the ground. As she was there, she noticed that someone was there with her. She called out to the person and said, "Don't kill me. I am a daughter of Alakhor, the most hated wife of Abobo. We don't have anything to eat, so I decided to go out for snail hunting." "Don't fear, my daughter," said the old, weak and ugly-looking woman. "Go into the inner room, take one of the smallest calabash, hold and close your eyes. When you get home, lock yourself indoor with your mother and break the calabash. Whatever comes out of it will be for you and your mother. Live with it for the rest of your life." She did exactly as the old woman said. When she got inside the dark room, she met two calabash. One was very big and beautiful, and the other was very small and dirty. She looked at them, wanted to take the bigger, but she said to herself, "The old woman told me to take the small one." So she took the small one, get hold of it, and closed her eyes. When she opened her eyes, she was at the front of her father's house. She rushed to her mother and narrated all that has happened. They both entered inside their room, closed the door and break the calabash. As the calabash was broken, everything good began to appear: gold, silver, money, and so many expensive and beautiful things that changed her life and that of her mother for the rest of their lives. All the villagers began to celebrate with him. Even her husband fell in love with Alakhor. Because of what he saw, he changes his mind from that moment, which provoked Alohan. She thought within herself, "What shall I do now to overcome this?" She resolved to also send her daughter. She called her daughter and said, "You good-for-nothing child, do you see how your mate has changed her mother's life?" "Yes, Mum, I can do better than her. I overheard her saying how she encountered her wealth. I even know the forest. Mummy, trust me, tomorrow I will also go." So the next day she embarked on the journey. When she got there, she also fell into the hole and found herself with the old woman. "What are you looking for?" asked the old woman. "Yes, I want to be rich also like my sister." "Okay," said the old woman, "go in there and take the small pot." "Okay, old woman." She went in. When she got there and met two pots. One was big and beautiful and the other was small and dirty. She said to herself, "I overheard my sister saying she took the small one. If small pot can turn her life and her mother into a rich family, how much more if I took the bigger pot?" So she took the big pot despite the old woman told her to take the small pot. She got hold of the pot and closed her eyes and found herself in front of her father's house. She rushed to her mother and said, "Mummy, I made it." Her mother quickly rushed her into their room, locked the door, and broke the calabash. Immediately big python come out and started swallowing them, though they called for help, but no one heard them. The python swallowed them and went out straight to the forest, but Alaghor, her daughter and husband lived happily thereafter. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any stories. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what kinds of tales you'd like to explore together in the comment section below. Until next time, keep the spirit of storytelling alive.